there. A very good evening and welcome to your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Shreyan Silva.
And I'm Arundhati Mudannaik. And as always, let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines tonight.
Maldivian President in Sri Lanka on a 3-day visit. A tense situation in the Pudur area in Batiklo due to a suspicious individual. Opposition leader levels allegations against the media. And Barack Obama launches campaign-style Midwest tour.
A delegation from Gazprom, which had expressed an interest in oil exploration in Sri Lanka, met President Mahinda Rajapaksa this morning.
The delegation from Gazprom, one of the largest gas companies in the world, met the president at Temple Trees. The company had expressed an interest in oil exploration in Sri Lanka during the president's recent visit to Russia. A group including Minister of Petroleum Industries Susil Premajayantha, representatives of the Gazprom company and Sri Lankan and Russian ambassadors were present at the meeting. Meanwhile, a new bus was donated to the Homagama Mahinda Rajapaksa Vidyalaya by Japan. As a symbolic gesture, a group of Japanese representatives presented the key of the bus to the president this morning.
On to other local stories now. Party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe presided at a media briefing held at the United National Party today. Wickremesinghe expressed views about the crucial working committee meeting that is scheduled to be held tomorrow.
The UMP working committee is meeting tomorrow to appoint the nomination board to select candidates and decide on how we conduct the elections for October. Addition to that, the reorganization program will also be given approval tomorrow. That's all we have to do. Now, if we cannot appoint the nomination board tomorrow, we run short of time to do our nominations. Who benefits by it? These are urban areas which we can win, which I have in Colombo. I mean, we looked after it during the 2009 provincial elections, presidential and parliament. If there are chaos, who benefits? No one else. So we are going through and we are holding the meeting and we will act according to the constitution.
News First has always reported the truth, and the truth sometimes tends to hurt. Some may even be angered by it. For some time now, News First has been reporting on the alarming deterioration of the vote base of the single largest political party in the country, the United National Party. News First presented its case in an analytical manner on the successive defeats suffered by the UNP since 1994 under the present leadership. We also reported the manner in which the voter percentage of the UNP shot up when it fielded an independent candidate during the 2010 presidential election in place of the present leader. However, shortly after, the UNP was subjected to a massive defeat again under the usual leadership. Despite analysts having constantly emphasized on the reasons for these defeats, all these have fallen on deaf ears. After constant pressure was exerted by rebel MPs and die-hard party supporters for a change in the leadership, the party convention was convened and a new constitution was adopted. It was subsequently decided to appoint Sajith Premadasa as the core deputy leader of the UNP. Despite the new constitution specifying the manner in which new appointments were to be made, the UNP leadership appointed the working committee of the party under controversial circumstances amidst the vehement opposition of a section of MPs who were keen to see the party restructured. The party leadership, instead of healing the wounds after the new constitution was adopted, began to exert revenge on those who spearheaded the call for reform and also on those who did not fall in line with party seniors. News First, as a responsible media organization in public interest, placed before the people the reasons for the deterioration of the UNP using specific quantitative analysis. Through this, the nation was shown the continuing erosion of the UNP voter base under its present leadership. If this is not so, then it is up to Ranil Wickremesinghe to quantitatively prove to the public and to the media that the UNP had in fact made significant gains in the electoral front in the recent elections. This is the challenge before the current UNP leadership. We as a media organization have been able to quantitatively prove on many occasions the deterioration of the UNP voter base. However, The leader of the party, Ranil Wickremesinghe, during a media briefing held this morning, made this statement, which is factually inaccurate.
Advertisement which came in the Sirasa yesterday, talking about Satyagraha by the UNP. UNP are not organized any such Satyagraha. We don't want our people coming and getting into trouble with anyone. If we do a Satyagraha, then we ourselves will be ready. Now, if someone is UNP is organizing one, they will have the advertisements in the other electronic media. Swarnavahini, TNL, Derana, others. No one else has it. This is a paid advertisement. My information, all the nonsense. This was arranged by Sirasa.
Mama kiyanna kamathi Sirasa vitarak nemei.
I would like to say in this instance that not only Sirasa, this advertisement was also provided to Derana and Swarnavahini as well. I would like to clearly state that I have in my possession the receipt that we obtained from Derana after paying the money. The receipt we received from Derana has been made public. We made this advertisement. We did the same at Swarnavahini as well.
Derana nalikawe api me prakashaya karla තියෙනවා. me දැන්වීම් කරලා තියෙනවා. Swarnavahiniyeත් ඒ විදියට ඒ ආකාරයෙන්ම අපි කරලා තියෙනවා.
Meanwhile, also addressing the media briefing, Ranil Wickremesinghe made a baseless allegation regarding 2 national list seats of the party.
In fact, after the last parliamentary election, Maharajas wanted me to nominate 2 people who were not even activists as party into the party national list, which I refused to do. It's not my decision, it is the decision of the nomination board. From that time onward, this fire has been directed at the UNP and me personally. I think this issue, what I have said now, should be replied by my good friend Kili Raja Mahendra. Once he replies, I will reply.
We categorically reject the allegations levelled at us, and while we have in our possession evidence to prove our claim, we will produce our evidence at the appropriate time.
අපේ විපක්ෂ නායකවරයෙක් ඉන්නවා.
I want to ask him on what basis he provided a national list seat to the wife of a provincial council opposition leader. What were her qualifications? What is the sacrifice he made for the party? What were the services he rendered to the party? Ranil Wickremesinghe provided this national list seat to this individual for money. I challenged the opposition leader on this.
මේ ජාතික ලයිස්තුවේ ඇබෑරතුව දුන්නේ රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මයා මුදලටයි කියන එක පැහැදිලිවම එතුමාට මම අභියෝග කරනවා.
A strong opposition is an integral part of a functioning democracy. A strong opposition is also needed to establish a strong and independent media culture. Analysts point out that it is inappropriate for an opposition leader to hide behind a microphone and spout baseless charges when what is required is an urgent need to build a stronger opposition in the country.
අද උදෑසන රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මයා කරපු මේ ප්‍රකාශය පිළිබඳව
When we informed our chairman about the statement made by the opposition leader this morning, he responded with laughter. In my personal opinion, when a person is bringing about his own failure, God tends to make that person go mad.
දෙවියන් ඒ පුද්ගලයාව උමතු භාවයට පත් කරනවා.
General Secretary of the United National Party, Thisat Thanayake, says that the party will name its candidates for the position of mayor for several municipal councils, including the Colombo Municipal Council. He said this during a media briefing convened in Colombo today.
කොළඹ මහනගර සභාව ඇතුළු ඒ නගර සභා කීපයක් සඳහා අපි
We are hoping to name our candidates for the position of mayor to several municipal councils, including the Colombo Municipal Council. These candidates will be named when nominations are handed over. We will not declare these names beforehand. Through this, we are hoping to increase our vote base in these municipal councils and win them. The party's working committee is scheduled to appoint a special election committee for this purpose on the 17th. Meanwhile, parliamentarian Thisat Thanayake expressed views about the Satyagraha, which is due to be held tomorrow. It is prohibited to conduct any meeting, a protest or any other movement without the approval of the party.
අනුමැතියකින් තොරව ක්‍රියාත්මක කිරීම සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම තහනම්.
If the protest that is going to be held tomorrow is being held without the approval of the party, and if the party's parliamentarians extend their support to it in some way, what disciplinary action will be taken against them?
මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් අත් වශයෙන්ම
This will be discussed at the working committee meeting that will be held tomorrow. If anyone is taking internal problems that need to be solved internally onto the road, then it is wrong.
වෙනත් ස්ථානවලට ගෙනියන්න ක්‍රියා කරනවා නම් වැරදි.
Several UNP parliamentarians convened a media briefing today. They claim that the UNP Working Committee meeting that will be held tomorrow is against the Constitution. They also stressed on a change in the leadership in order to ensure victory at the upcoming local government elections.
මේ මහනගර සභාවල් නගර සභාවල් ජයග්‍රහණය කිරීමට නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම නායකත්ව වෙනසක්.
The leadership must change in order to secure victory in municipal councils. The supporters are of the view that along with the change in the leadership, the UNP as the opposition must face the election for municipal council with a planned policy. Our supporters will convene at the Pittakote Junction tomorrow. They will convene peacefully without harming anyone. These supporters are coming before our party headquarters, Siddikota, to make a request from the party leader and to state that the working committee meeting that is to be held tomorrow is illegal and that the decisions taken by this working committee are not legal.
ඔහුට ඔහුගෙන් ඉල්ලීමක් කිරීමටයි මේ පාක්ෂිකයෝ එන්නේ.
අපි අහන එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය පාක්ෂිකයින්ගේ ජනතාවගේ
What we ask is that whether the UNP is moving according to the wishes and aspirations of the party supporters. We would like to ask the leaders whether they are trying to destroy the wishes of the people by attending an illegal working committee meeting. We would like to ask those who want to make the UNP victorious to attend the Satyagraha that will be held on the 17th afternoon at the Pittakote Junction. There were tyrants in the world such as Hosni Mubarak and Marcos. The people took to the streets to chase them away. Therefore, I would like to ask our leader to resign before people take to the streets. At the briefing, parliamentarian Sujiva Senasinghe responded to views expressed by opposition leaders of provincial councils yesterday. What were the headlines in the Silumina paper? A trap set on Ranil Wickremesinghe failed. When did the Silumina paper write in support of Ranil Wickremesinghe? The cat is out of the bag. They are talking of the Tamil diaspora and foreign forces. Whose slogans are these? Whom are they relating the government slogans to? They said this when the UNP spoke about corruption. They said the same when we spoke about the killing of journalists. Media was suppressed, especially Sirasa was bombed. When we spoke about it, they called us the Tamil diaspora and foreign forces. They are so bankrupt that these slogans are now being used by few according to the wishes of the government. Parliamentarian Sujiva Senasinghe expressed these views about the UNP's mayoral candidate for the Colombo Municipal Council. We have never lost the Colombo Municipal Council. Imtiaz Bakir Maka is one person who can gain a special victory in this instance. We strongly request not to appoint henchmen. The most suitable person for victory is Imtiaz Bakir Maka, and we request that he be given an opportunity in the party and make him the mayor of Colombo.